Good afternoon, good day, good everything. I'm back with another video. So today I'm going to be reviewing Girlfriends. Girlfriends. So I started watching it, I would say October, November, finished it up a few weeks later. You know, one thing about me, I'm a binge watch. I don't like to, you know, wait around for things to finish. I'm starting, I'm going to finish it. Anyways, so I started it for the first time a few months ago, and then I restarted watching it this year. I just love rewatching shows that I liked, if that makes sense. It just gives me a lot of comfort. So I just put it on, and I feel connected to the characters. Like when I'm invested into a show that much, the characters start to feel like a part of my life, which is probably not a good thing. I should probably you know, get out more. Anyways, but I've watched it 1.5 times, so I'm not done watching it now, but I'm on season 7, and I want to talk about it. And I think my perspective is a little different. Obviously, no, I didn't watch it when I was younger. I didn't know what I was about to say. I was about to cap just now. I didn't watch it when I was younger. My mom, sometimes, you know, I would walk in the living room or something, and my mom or my sister would have it on, and then I guess that stayed imprinted in my mind, but I never actually sat down and watched an episode full all the way through before it got onto Netflix. So this is my first time watching it. I'm purely coming in. I'm not coming in off of the cloud. So let's talk about it. I just want to start off by saying the girlfriends aren't friends. They're not friends. They're not friends. I don't understand how through 8 seasons, I think they got better. I think they became better friends after Toni left, which is crazy to say. But I think once Toni left, the friendships started making more sense. But still, I didn't see the vision. The vision was not there. Because, first of all, we start off the show with Toni coming in with Joan's previously serious ex-boyfriend. And although Joan did say it was okay, that's Joan's serious ex-boyfriend, who she only broke up with because he didn't want to get married, allegedly. Which brings me to another point. That man right there is trash, because that's the quintessential example of fragile male ego. He actually didn't want to get married, but because he wasn't making enough, or he didn't think he could actually support her, he told her he didn't want to get married. So they had to break up. Why didn't you just tell your girlfriend, your partner, just be honest with her? Look, I just don't think I'm in a position to get married right now, but in the future, I could be interested in something like that. But instead of potentially looking weak or whatever you thought was gonna happen, you tell her you don't want to get married. To me, that right there, no, it's getting fragile male ego. Like, what's going on with you? I don't get why you can't just tell somebody that you just don't think you're financially ready. It's okay. You don't have to have the world on your shoulders. Nobody asked you to be Jeff Bezos, bro. Nobody asked you to be Tony Stark. All you had to do was be honest from the jump. But it doesn't matter. So look, the show starts off with Toni coming in with Joan's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. And she does end up feeling so, like, bad about it later, so that she ends up breaking up with him. But in literally the next season, she tries to sleep with Joan's boyfriend, who's a sex addict. Not just Joan's boyfriend. Joan's boyfriend, who she knows is a sex addict. So you're willing to ruin 2 lives. 2 lives. One, Joan's life, because that's her boyfriend who she loves. And then the guy who's a sex addict. You know he has an addiction. Just imagine me going up to some guy who I know has a cocaine addiction and asking him to snort and bringing cocaine next to a guy with a coke addiction and throwing it in his nose. And throwing the coke at his nose. You are trying to restart somebody's addiction. What is wrong? Let's unpack. Toni, you need to heal. You need to heal. Because, like, you need to heal. You need to unpack. Why would you go and try to have sex with a sex addict? 1, 2. Why would you want to hurt your best friend because she told your boyfriend, by accident, mind you? I mean, this was a completely innocent act, because she told your boyfriend that you were cheating on him, that you almost gave him, I don't know, it was like syphilis or chlamydia, some kind of viral disease. Okay, you were cheating. You're mad that your friend accidentally told him that you were cheating. My bad. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. But are you gonna go and sleep with my man who's a sex addict? Me and my homegirls, we're confused. We're not understanding. Because what exactly is going on? And Toni keeps doing things throughout the seasons. I'm just like, why do you have friends? Why do you have friends? I mean, she's always making comments about Joan. Joan told her that she needed some time away from her, and Toni decides to go to her therapy sessions. She's always crossing boundaries. She's always talking about how Joan is her best friend. There's nothing in this world that makes my blood boil more than somebody who's always talking about, oh, that's my best friend. Oh, hey, best friend. Oh my gosh. We understand that's your best friend. Do you want to take out an ad that says X, Y, and Z, Joan is my best friend? I'm tired of her every single episode talking about, me and Joan are best friends. Hello? Toni, no. What's going on? I will say though, Toni's a gorgeous woman. And she knows it. But although she is selfish, I will say this. Although Toni is selfish, rude, inconsiderate, petulant, she stands in that. She's the only girlfriend, I think, who recognizes her flaws and just doesn't care. At least Toni owns up to her faults. I can't say the same though. About Lynn. Mooching Lynn. Non-job, 12 degrees Lynn, but can't find a job. I'm so confused. How do you have 3 PhDs, a medical degree, a law degree, and five degrees in different sociology, psychology, all that, and you don't have a job? How are you proficient in English, Spanish, French, Mandarin, Japanese, and you don't have a job? An internship, a fellowship. A managerial position. A blog. Lynn just doesn't make sense to me. Okay, I get the whole, hopping from job to job thing goes with her persona of being somebody who has a lot of interest. I understand that, but at a certain point, something's got to give. If it takes 7 seasons for her to develop a passion, I'm not rolling with that. So she's 38 years old. Okay, she's basically about to retire, and she has 12 degrees, no jobs, no prospects, no references, nothing. I don't understand. And this is a problem with the writers. They took it too far. I think they could have shown that she was interested in a whole bunch of things without making her a complete just airhead. They could have done something better to develop her character, because she showed no growth. She started the whole documentary thing, which I think was her best occupation. She should have stuck with the documentary stuff, but I'm gonna let that go. Anyways, they had, for a few seasons, she was doing a lot of, whatever. And then she found her passion with the documentary stuff, which was great, that she found her passion with her mom. That was great. That was great, excellent writing. And then they just dropped it completely. And then for the next 2 seasons, she showed no growth until the whole music thing. Until she got caught up with that man Finn, who wasn't even, come on. The music wasn't even good enough for you to be all over this man like this. He said he didn't want anything serious, and now you got me and the rest of the homegirls watching it with secondhand embarrassment because you're all up on this man. He said he didn't want you. Cool. Okay? If a man tells you he don't want me, if a man says he doesn't want me, I heard the first time. I'm not coming back. I heard you the first time. Cool. Cut. Cut. Canceled. Cut. Canceled. Because Lynn can do better. And I think Lynn's best match was the church guy. Or William. I think Lynn and William was really good. They should have explored that more. I think Lynn and William was a much better pairing than William and Joan. It just worked. But I think her and Eldon, or Sheldon, whatever everything was, the church guy, was a really good pairing. That was a really, really good. They had intense chemistry. I just wish they've already introduced the whole no sex plot line in the first seasons. I don't know why they had to bring that back with Eldon. Writers, what was going on? Did y'all just run out of ideas? At this point, y'all should have given y'all. I mean, I did like the fact that Lynn ended the show without a boyfriend. That was dope. That was really dope. I think that was very consistent with her character. But I think, why is she coming up with the same plot lines over and over and over and over again? Oh, this person doesn't want to have sex, or this person da. Come on. Y'all can come up with better excuses. And also, I was just so confused about, there's so many inconsistencies. There was that one episode where Lynn said she lied about having sex, like having a lot of sex with a lot of people. Okay, but then the next episode, they just dropped that. So I was just so confused, like, what was the truth? And then some episodes she was bi, some episodes she was not. It was just so confusing for me to understand. But I think that goes with the whole persona of her being wishy-washy. And also, Joan's restaurant, she refused to pay. She lived in her apartments for years, never paid. But as soon as Joan stands up for herself, it's a problem. And that's a consistent theme. And that will segue into Maya. I think Maya is actually the best girlfriend. I think she is the best girlfriend. In fact, I think she's the best friend of all of them. She supports all of them. She does take advantage of Joan at her job, which I did not like. She was also a very bad employee to William. She just wasn't good. But she was also wishy-washy with the church thing. I couldn't figure out if she was actually religious or not. But I think that was actually kind of good, that they wrote that into her character, with her inconsistency with her religion. That was dope. And I think, though, her rise to success was also, it was sort of unrealistic, but I liked it. I liked Maya when she was doing her whole book thing. She became a drug addict for like a week. They dropped that. I would have loved to explore that more. But I think Maya, I don't have many complaints about Maya. I think she was problematic, just like every other human being was, but she did try. She definitely was there for the girls when they needed her. I think she brought a lot of fun to the show. I think the actress really did a good job with her, because those lines weren't easy. They had a lot of odd lines for Maya, and I think she worked that really well. I definitely did love her whole conspiracy theory thing. That was really, really funny. I would say my favorite conspiracy theory for her was the episode where Joan meets the guy with the big hips, and her and William were trying to figure out if he's a murderer or not. That was really good. Conspiracy theory Maya is probably my favorite Maya. And so I don't have much beef with Maya. Me and Maya, I don't have much beef with her. Besides the fact, and she did take advantage of Joan when she had the restaurant. But I think she was pretty consistent. She was the most consistent of all of them in terms of being a good enough friend. Right? She had her normal faults as a human, but she did what needed to be done. But let's get into William. Okay. William. Me and William is a love-hate relationship. I think he's a misogynist. Also kind of, transphobic, biphobic, homophobic. But it is 2000s, and I think that's more of the writers. I think there is a lot of just problematic language in the show in general. But but I'm coming at it from a 2020 lens, and so I can't really, I mean, it is still a problem. Like, problematic is problematic regardless of the generation. But I think if Girlfriends had been written in 2020, obviously those things would not have happened in the show. I don't think that would have been a part of the jokes that they put in there. But there were a lot of pieces in the show that were kind of like jokes that were problematic, and ideas that were problematic. I don't even want to get into the specifics, but I think that's one of the things about the show that didn't really age well, is some of the problematic undertones of the jokes. But again, if I'm just taking off my 2020 lens, my awareness lens, it's the 2000s, it's sort of anything goes culture, so I get it. Regardless, back to William. I think William is another good friend. I think William's also another, I think William and Maya are the two best friends to other people on the show. Because one, I don't remember many instances where William did something dead wrong to Joan. I don't remember, there's not really many instances in the show where William does anything that's just like, wow, he's such a bad friend for this. Any problems that I have with William are the things that he says. Like, I don't like the heifers joke. I don't think that's funny. I'm sorry. I get it, y'all are friends, but if a man called me a heifer in this here day and age, cut. You're cut. You're cut. You're cut. Like, you're cut. You're absolutely, you're out of here. You're out of here. But I understand, you know, it's the 2000s, so this is not really William's fault. It's not really William's fault. So I liked William. I think his whole geeky, nerdy thing was refreshing. I didn't like the way he treated Yvonne, though. He did her so... I don't like the way he treated his girlfriends. He treated his girlfriends, as in Maya, Lynn, well. But his actual romantic partners, he didn't do them right at all. Why are you so indecisive, sir? Why are you proposing to these women just and then decide that you don't want to get married to them? He did that twice. He did that to my sis Yvonne, who, I love Yvonne. He did that to my sis Yvonne, and then he did that to my girl Monica. I also love Monica. She grew on me. But he did that to two different women. Sir, you are a serial engager. You are a serial fiance. Because why are you out here proposing to women and then just be like, actually, I don't know. Yikes. My bad. Changed my mind. He didn't tell his mother about Yvonne. Huh? He told Yvonne to quit her job. What? He quit my job? He tried to turn Yvonne into this perfect picture for him. He tried to change her for him. But he wasn't seeing the fact that Yvonne wasn't Yvonne without cop work. Right? And then when he told her name was Yvonne or Yvonne, or yeah, she said, oh, my name is Yvonne at the wedding. He still kept calling her Yvonne. That's disrespectful to me. Right? I still think, I think he's a rat for the way he treated the women. Like Monica at her wedding, he was drunk and he was talking about how much he didn't want to get married to her, but he's happy that he did. You are a rat. You're a rat. That's rat behavior. Like you're a whole raccoon. Like you're a menace. You're a menace. But luckily he does get it together and him and Monica get back together. Cool. I just don't like the way he treated his girlfriends. I think the best girl he treated was Joan, but that ended up working out. They had absolutely no chemistry. It was so disgusting to watch. When I saw them kiss, I literally wanted to jump out of the window. What is... Writers, come on. Come on. They had no chemistry. If y'all want him to be with a girlfriend, I think him and Lynn, I'm shipping that. Linium. Willing. Okay, that was the relationship to go with. But they wanted to do the, the predictable things. So whatever, but no. But no. Basically, my opinion on William, he's a good guy. Didn't do his romantic part as well, but I think he's a very good friend. Another male figure that I didn't like either. Well, no. I like William. Let me stop. He's just aggy to me, but with love. Aggy, but with love. Todd. What was up with that? I don't, again, see, the writers that's the one thing with the writers. They pick something up and then drop it. I'm just gonna let it go though. Todd, sir, why didn't you tell Toni that you couldn't afford $450,000 for a wedding or whatever that much? You didn't need a front. And the way they got engaged was so weird to me, because they didn't really, she's like, oh, you need to put a ring on me, and then boom, they end up getting engaged. You've known bro for 2 weeks. You've known brother for 2 weeks. You've known him for 2 weeks, and now y'all are in love. I'm so confused. And then y'all end up getting divorced, and y'all are confused. Excuse me. But the way that Todd treated Toni, as if he just started figuring out that she was this petulant, like I said, insecure, money-hungry person. She showed this. Toni is not, she's not secretive about her love for money. So it's just so confusing to me that Todd broke up with her because of that. You knew that from jump. You knew that from jump. And now you thought she was gonna change for you? Hey! And hey! You think she's gonna change for you? She's been alive for 50 years. And you think you, Todd, a man she barely wants, is she gonna change for you? And then you want to take her to custody battle. What was the purpose of the custody battle? Toni never showed that she was gonna be a bad mother, so I didn't even understand the premise of that. You want custody battle based off the strength that you're getting a divorce. There's no, just vibes. There's literally no purpose. It was just a vibe. It was like, yeah, nah, I'm not vibing with you right now. Custody battle. Okay. Like, you're a rat. You are a rat, Todd. You're a rat. I just don't get, like, I don't get why choose to be a rat when there's so many other options. I don't understand. Todd, whatever his last name is, Toddless. Like, I don't get it. Brock, Joan's enchanted love. I don't understand this. The music playing in the background. I just saw Brock. I love you. Brock, Joan. Y'all had 2 conversations and she said, I love you. Y'all, they said, I love you. 10 minutes into knowing each other. I almost turned the TV off and I almost sent an angry letter to the writers. This is not even real. What is an enchanted love? What's going on? I don't even want to get into this. Because you're in a whole relationship with Ellis, talking about, this is my enchanted love. And then y'all break up. Because he doesn't want kids. Y'all did all of this. Y'all ruined this man Ellis's life. And then you're going to break up over some kids? No. If you're going to ruin a life, you're going to stay together forever. Okay? If we break up a couple together, brother, we're linked for life. You are my lifeline for life. Like, y'all broke up a whole relationship. You should be ashamed. Rats 1 and 2, Joan and Brock, rats. Y'all are Ratatouille and the guy he's controlling. The rat in Ratatouille and the guy with the orange hair, 1 and 2, Joan and the rat. Joan is the guy with the hair, and then Brock is the rat controlling her. Because I'm not understanding. This is my enchanted love. Huh? It's me and my homegirls are just not understanding. We're confused. I just don't understand. But this brings me back to Sister Joan. Sister Joan. I have a very deep love-hate relationship with Joan. Because her whole, like, neurotic, I want to get married, I believe in love, I want to have kids, is so annoying. That's her entire character. Her entire character is that. I mean, she was a lawyer, and I heard more about her relationships than the law. I heard more about her relationships and the reason she wanted to get married than the law. And then so she ended up quitting her job at the law firm to open a restaurant. And then when she opens up the restaurant, it starts to pop. She swears she's Kim Kardashian, Paris Hilton. She said, I'm a socialite. So she starts acting different. I loved that season, by the way. She just started acting different. 1, 2, 3. Oh, being a bad friend, not showing up to the custody hearing, throwing up, getting Porsches, huh? Joan is the perfect example of being problematic and not knowing you're problematic, right? There are those of us who know we're problematic, and there are those of us who think we're perfect, who think we're the perfect friend, who think we're just so great, and refuse to accept our faults, and just are surprised when people call us out on it. Joan did so many just awful things. She was just so selfish to her friends. Anytime a man came into her life, she just started acting different. She was so mean to those guys. Like, she was not a nice girlfriend at all. She expected them to do so much of her. She expected them to live up to her romantic expectations, which makes sense. Again, have high expectations. Don't let these men do you wrong. Period. I believe in that. But at a certain point, though, Joan, you need to understand that not everybody thinks like you. Allow other people to mess up. Don't take things don't be so neurotic about everything, right? Sometimes just let things flow. And Joan just never let things flow. She just took things to the extreme every time. Every single time. Like, and that ended up driving away the men. And that's why she didn't get married until season 8. And I think who she ended up with was perfect. That was perfect. Erin was perfect. I think that was her perfect match. There's nobody else in her past I think worked. That Brock and Enchanted Love thing, they had nothing in common. They weren't enchanted. I'm not about to get into it because I'm about to get mad. Ellis was a rat. Okay? He's the leader. The leader of the rats. That's my least favorite ex. Or it could be the sex addict who breaks up with her, pulls back up and tells her he has a fiance. That's the fragile male ego I was talking about. Huh? Why are you so scared to just break up with her? You're so fragile. You're so fragile, sir. Just go ahead and tell her you don't want to be in a relationship more. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all be so scary. Y'all do things and then are so scary to be accountable for them. If you're scary to be held accountable, don't do it. I don't understand, sir. Regardless, moving forward. Which one of the other rats do I not like? I don't know which one of her other boyfriends I didn't like, but she had a lot of men. Every season she was booed up. One thing about Joan, she gonna get herself a man. One thing about Toni, she gonna get a man, period. Okay? And I just think her entire life was about men. And she's the perfect example of focus on yourself, and what's meant to be will be. Like, she's the perfect example of that. She just does a lot all the time. But I did love that she was really geeky and weird. And I like that she brought a different element to the team. I also love the way she dressed. I think she had one of the best styles. I think Davis and Joan should have actually ended up together. I think that was Joan's best potential suitor. If it wasn't Erin, it should have been Davis. Because they had a good, back and forth. A good back and forth. Davis was probably my favorite male. I think Davis was my favorite man on the show. Him and William do things correctly for me. But all in all, I think the biggest problem with Girlfriends was the writing. there was no character development for a lot of them until later on. I do like the way they developed them later, but they didn't really put in a lot of effort to develop Lynn's character. And I think they tried to relegate her as like the comedic relief, but she wasn't funny, so I don't really know how that works. Anyways, yeah, the character development was just not good for me. They just kept going back on things they developed, or they developed something and drop it, which is the theme for a lot of 2000 sitcoms. So I'm not saying this is just a problem with Girlfriends, but it's definitely a problem with 2000 sitcoms. That's why I can't really like completely get into them. Really, the biggest problem for me is the character development. I think I did, even though the writers didn't do the best job with continuing stories and, you know, growth, character growth specifically. I do think they wrote very well-rounded characters. I think, I mean, I rewatched the show because I felt very comfortable with them, and I think that's the makings of a great sitcom. I love the fact that I was in LA, that added an extra flavor to the work. And I think even they definitely needed a few more important episodes. So no, I take that back. See, no, I disagree. I was about to say I really wish they had more important episodes, like in regards to things going on in the world. But why is it that black shows always got to be talking about something? Why can't we just be black and in love? So never mind, I take it back. I do like the fact that they didn't go too deep into serious topics, because sometimes you just want to break. You just want to be black and alive. So you know what? I take that back. I like that aspect of the show. The jokes were actually, I find myself laughing. I laughed at the jokes. That character development, the character growth, man. And then, oh my god, in the later shows they started adding music. It's like dun, dun. Or something happens, it's like, and I'm like, this wasn't necessary. It's okay. The laugh tracks as well could have went away. But other than that, I mean, this show was great. I love the show. Take out all the problematic stuff. We're gonna take out all the problematic stuff. That's a whole other conversation that we can have about 2000 shows and how 2000s, 90s shows, 80s shows, how they're all problematic. But I don't have time for that in this video. This video is mad long already. But all in all, man, watch this show. Well, if you're watching this, you watch the show, obviously. But like, what are y'all thoughts about the show? What are your thoughts about the characters? I will leave with this. I think Girlfriends did what it needed to do. I think Insecure picked up where Girlfriends left off. I would love to see what happened to them though, because the way it ended doesn't sit right with me at all. It doesn't sit right with me at all. The girlies want more. We want more. So go ahead and, you know, drum up a little film. You know, a little mini series. I just want to know how my girls are doing, and I think we deserve that. So as always, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I rock with you, and see you in the next video.